So, I'm sorry I look like crap, but I've had kind of a rough couple of days, so whatever. I'm here to talk about what happened in Dallas and because there are a lot of stories out there and just here's mine. So, we were told by management that we would have to go to this bookstore on March 13th to get a wristband for March 24th. And that's it. We would just get a signing where you couldn't take pictures with the boys, and we would get a one song acoustic performance. That's it. And we took this really hard because, well, one, we won a grand prize, and this is what we get. That's it. So that really crushed us. And then there were just New York was getting so much stuff, and it just it really felt like they really didn't care about us. And I mean, we still don't think that they do. Not One Direction. I mean, yeah, we're just another group of fans, but management just doesn't care that we put so much time. I know girls, and our grades dropped. We lost sleep over it. We just worked so hard on this. And it's just really not fair that we get a signing. But I mean, I guess we're lucky that we get to meet them. But, so, we were told that 1,000 people would get these wristbands. So we would go to the bookstore, get the wristband, and then come back on the 24th for the signing. And so, really not knowing what to expect, I drove down there with a couple of my friends, and we drove down there Monday, and they were going to start selling them on Tuesday. So we drive down there Monday, and we go to eat dinner at a restaurant right by where they were going to be selling books. So we go there, and we see that there are a bunch of girls camping out and stuff, and security guards, and it was already crazy. That just really made us nervous. So we eat, we go back to our hotel, and we try to get some sleep, but it was really hard to sleep because we were all so scared. And we wake up at 3:30 and go back. And I mean, that's really not that big because most girls were sleeping in their car, and some were there for 2 days, so I'm not complaining about that at all. And so we get there and we park, and we really don't know what to expect. We don't know what's going on. We're just sitting there waiting for something to happen. And we're in the back of our trunk because that's what most girls were doing with the hood popped, and we were just kind of waiting around. And they said you can't get out of your car at all or else you get kicked out. And a lot of girls were getting out of their cars, and there was just one mall cop kind of there, and there were a couple of others driving around, and he was just trying to control it. And so we were just waiting, and they said that we could go and get in line at 7. So we're okay, we're setting our phone alarms for 6:30, 6:50, 6:55, and 6:58, being prepared. At about 6:30, all of a sudden, a ton of girls start running for the entrance, and me and my friends are just sitting there wait, what's going on? So we wait a couple of seconds, then we get out of the car and start going too, because we're just okay, I don't want to miss my chance. So in a couple of seconds, security, mall cops and stuff just start screaming at us, and so me and my friends run back to my trunk and hop in it, and we're just sitting in my car what just happened? And so, but then a bunch of other people are just waiting around, and they said we're not letting anyone in until the parking lot's cleared, and we were just okay, that's not going to happen. This is going to take forever because everyone's just standing there. So we're really confused as to what to do. And then one security guard comes and is okay, I'm going to do y'all a favor. Everyone line up up front. I don't know what he was thinking, because this just started the chaos. Completely just ruined everything. But I mean, I guess he didn't have a choice. I don't really know. So everyone just starts running for that. And we get in it, and it's just like a mosh pit of girls just freaking out. The doors haven't even opened, and everyone's just pushing each other. People are getting hurt. It was scary. And so we're all just kind of waiting out there. And then some lady starts yelling at everyone, and I don't even know what that was about. And this is at the main entrance. I don't know what happened at the other entrances, but this is at the main entrance. And so we go, and we're just kind of like waiting, like, oh, what's going to happen? When they open the door, everyone starts running for it, and it's the scariest thing, because it's either you run and hope that you get in, or you don't run and get trampled, or you're up front and you get trampled, because that happened to a lot of girls, and like some had to be taken away by the paramedics, like moms got hurt, so that was really scary. So we're all just kind of waiting for the doors to be open, and everyone's like pushing each other and stuff. And me and my friends are just kind of like, okay, like, just hang on to each other, don't let go, don't lose each other, because that happened to a lot of people. So, I'm the first through the door. Getting through that door was like being squeezed through, I don't even know, but it was horrible. It was like a couple of seconds of being pressed in between people and just being pushed. And like, I was the first through, and it was like being thrown out. Like, once you were through that door and everyone kind of separated, you were thrown. And the only reason I didn't fall was because I was hanging on to one of my friend's hands really hard, like gripping it. And so once all my friends got through, we get to, because we're on the upper floor, we get to the top of the stairs, and that's where like everything was. So we're there, and we're just kind of like, what are we going to do? Because we look down and see like a sea of people. Like if you jumped down the stairs, you would land on people. And that was just really scary. It was like, this isn't gonna happen. There's so many people down there. And so we get to the top of the stairs, and my mom is freaking out. She's like, Audrey, I can't let you go down there. Like, you're gonna get hurt. And I was like, Mom, this is like really important to me. I can't not. And my mom was just like, no. So I was kind of freaking out, and like, I thought it was over for me. So a mall cop comes and is like, y'all can't go down there. Like, go use the elevator. So me, my friends, and about 20 or 30 other girls we get to the elevator, and like, we get in, and we go down. And by that time, I mean, it's kind of a line. Like, it's a tiny bit more of a line. But it was chaos down there. So we get in line, and we're squished just by like girls, and they're screaming girls, and like, it was crazy. And all of a sudden this mom just comes up and starts yelling at me and my friends. She's like, y'all three need to get out of line, y'all cheated. And we were just like, what? And my mom's standing there, and I'm like looking at her, like trying to get her to like do something. So she's like, she starts yelling at her, and then like a cop comes and is like, ma'am, you just need to let it go. So that saved us, but it was really awkward whenever we would see that mom again, because she would just give us like this death glare, even though her daughter was in the exact same space as we are. And it's just like, we were waiting too. She was like, we've been here since 5 in the morning, and it's like, okay, just calm down, everyone's gonna get a wristband. Or we hoped. So we are waiting for a while, and it's just like a ton of people, just a bunch of random people trying to get the line easier and like trying to reorganize it, and I don't even know, but we were being squished, we were being yelled at. It was like being cattle. It was scary. And so finally this one woman starts talking to us, and she pretty much saved the day. I'm just saying, I like her. I don't know if y'all didn't like her or not, but I liked her. Because she started off with, are y'all better than New York? And I mean, I'm sorry if you're from New York and you're watching this, but I mean, it was a soft spot for us, because we really just wanted a grand prize. So we're like, yeah, and then we start like singing the songs, and it starts feeling a little bit better, you know, like maybe this is gonna be okay. And then she drops the bomb and is like, everyone in this mall is getting a wristband. So at that moment, it just felt like relief, like, okay, we can do this, like, we did this, we're gonna get a wristband. And then I started hearing stories about girls who got stuck outside and how many people are outside, and then I just felt really bad, and like, then I was like, well, maybe it's not as good as I thought it would be. So they organize us into 5 lines, and then tell us all to sit down. And like, okay, so we're sitting, we're waiting, and then she's like, okay, just like, wait, we're just waiting. And by this time, the paramedics were there, there were cops there because they were getting 911 calls. One girl had to be taken out on a stretcher because her face got cut open, another like was trampled, a mom got like a huge gash in her arm. Like, it was crazy, but by this time, it had kind of calmed down, at least inside. And so we were all just kind of waiting. Finally, we get the wristband. Or, well, what they gave us was a bookmark. And we would go upstairs, go into Barnes & Noble, then get the wristband. This isn't the wristband, by the way. And, so finally we get it, and it's just like relief, like nothing I've ever felt before. But I was like emotionally drained, dizzy, just scared and bruised. And so we get it, and we walk outside and look outside, and the parking lot is covered in girls, like, waiting, and like, it wrapped around JCPenney apparently, and that's like huge, like, it is huge. And so, and I mean, I saw people down there that I knew, and that, like, that was really bad, because it's like, these girls worked really hard, and now they might not get a wristband. So, we go home, and it's just like, I don't know what to do with myself. I'm just kind of like shocked by what happened because of how scary it was. And all of a sudden, I start hearing these stories about like girls and how they didn't get a wristband, or like how hurt they are. And like, I saw pictures of girls with scraped knees, like bleeding, not just a couple scrapes, like really bad knees, and like bruises everywhere. And it was scary just thinking about that. And then like, they were like, I didn't get one. And then I hear that they run out and they tell all of the girls outside to leave. So they leave, and then people start finding out that they lied and that they hadn't run out of wristbands. So everyone starts like complaining to them, and like, you can reserve them under your name now. Not anymore, but like, you could. And so everyone is just like really mad about that, because like security lied to these girls that were waiting outside, and that's not okay at all. And then I see this news story about it, and this woman was like, blah 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 blah. They say that they were prepared for it because of what they had seen in New York, and they're blaming the kids for not following the rules. Like, she literally said that they're blaming us. That I'm not like putting words in her mouth or anything. That's what she said. And that really made me mad, because this was the most unorganized thing I had ever been to. I had never seen anything so unprepared for what it was. I had never seen girls get treated so badly and just like yelled at like no tomorrow. And people got like kicked out and stuff, and that's just not okay. And like, so I really don't know what to think about yesterday, and it's still really scary to think about. And I just hope, I'm praying that the signing goes more smoothly, because this was just not okay, and I don't want it to have to be like canceled for safety reasons with the boys or anything, because I really want to meet them. Like, that's it. I just want to be like, okay, hi, like, here, I love you, I'm just another one of your fans, please, maybe you'll remember me. And I want that. So I just hope that it all goes smoothly and that it doesn't happen again like this, and that more people don't get hurt. So that was it. If you're still watching, thanks.